Hello and welcome to my shop. Some of you have asked for a virtual tour of my shop, and that's what I will do today. I thought about cleaning up the shop, but then I didn't want Lefty to think he couldn't trust me. Sit tight and we will do a tour of the shop. Thank you. Okay, we're going to start with a little 360 of the shop, and you can see my workbench is messy. This is a small shop. It's only 15 by 15. Okay, now we'll just start and hit a few things on the way. As you can see behind here is my little Lincoln welder that I still need to get wired in. And here's the workbench, the drill, the planer, little central pneumatic nail gun that I got from Harbor Freight for like $25 works great. Underneath the bench, I keep all my tools in the containers for easy storage and know where they're at, unless I leave them on my bench, and then I leave the box for it laying in the floor so I can trip over it. Pretty good plan. Up here I got my radio I listen to, little nuts and miscellaneous nuts and bolts and screws and garbage like that. I got a bunch of radio control cars up there and fillers for epoxy. If you look up here across the top, that's some spars that I have left over from different projects. Here is I got a problem with horizontal surfaces. I seem to stack stuff on it. And underneath all of that is indeed a Grizzly table saw that I absolutely love. It does a good job. Yesterday I made a trip over to Harbor Freight, and for less than $16 I picked up a set of clamps. I picked up 4 of these little bar clamps, which work great, and these 2 little bar clamps here, they were like $1.99 a piece, and I figured you can't go wrong with those. While I was there, I also picked up some staples from my staple gun. I was having trouble finding those anywhere. Oh, in the vise there is a form for my canoe that I miscut, so I'm leaving it there from practice on some stuff. Amplifier for guitar. I got a guitar on the wall. I know it's not the best place to put it out in the shop, but we keep it out here. Here, this compound miter saw was salvaged from work, and I use it just for quick, dirty cuts. You can't do nothing neat with it because it's a little bit sloppy. And there, when I got an axe to grind, that's where I go. Okay, here you will see my bandsaw. It's a Craftsman 10-inch saw that I'm needing to replace. It's just, it does okay, but not great. Got me a little dartboard up on the wall here that days you get frustrated and just need a little break, you can come over here and throw a little game of darts. That is the wheel for my weekender. First thing I made for it, and it just didn't quite fit. Also, you see a fender that my wife has made for me. We need to make a few more. Here's another one of my horizontally challenged surfaces. It has my belt sander on it. These are great tools. When you make sloppy cuts with your bandsaw, you can clean it up with that. A drill press, which has come in real handy. And as you can see here, I've got a few computer parts that are left over. In the corner is my air compressor. This air compressor was given to me, and I had to put a motor on it. And the motor just pulls it, but it pulls it pretty good. Also, you can see I've got my car ramps, car jacks, and a bunch of miscellaneous wire. On the wall here is where I keep storage for paints and thinners and stuff like that, just to kind of keep them out of the way. Also, well, I was going to say my belt sander, but it's not in there. It's probably somewhere in the floor. Okay, as we come around the corner here, you'll see more computer parts and my mechanic and tools boxes. And here's my little Grizzly planer that just recently is purchased, and I like it. I think it does a good job. I've got some cheap Harbor Freight stands here, which I advise not to get those. They're not that good. Shop vac, and here's my sandblaster. Up on the wall is my TV for when I have to come out here on Sunday and watch ball game and work in the shop. In this corner here, this is kind of my yard corner. Of course, there's some straps, but there's my chainsaw and my fuel for that, leaf blower, rakes, leaves, and stuff, you know, weed eaters and that kind of garbage. Hanging from the rafters here is the rudder for my Balboa. I need to get it ready and get on. Up in here I've got some oars I'd made, which first shot at it was okay. And if you look there, you see there's a little bit of Filipino mahogany. And over here where I've got my scrap wood, there's a little bit of a white oak. I'm thinking about trying to make a canoe paddle with the mahogany and the white oak. Moving on to my projects here, you can see that I'm working on a canoe. I've got the forms laid out, and the stems have been laminated up with Gorilla Glue, and they're made out of white oak. It's 6 layers, 1/8 inch thick on each layer, giving me a total of 3/4 of an inch. Today I plan on taking those off of the form and cleaning them up and trimming them down. I will trim them down using the thickness planer that you see in the floor here. That is pretty much a tour of my shop. Like I said, it's just a little bitty shop, 15 by 15, but it gets the job done. In the floor here though, just real quick, I'll show you I've got my kerosene heater going. It's not really that cold out here today, but it is around low 50s. It's a little bit cooler in the shop. And if I do any glue ups, it needs to be a little bit warmer than 40 or so. So we're going to kind of keep it warm in the shop today. Thank you.